Hey, how you doing? Welcome into the demo of the Podcaster's Companion. I am Paul. I'm the creator of this companion. I just wanted to take a quick moment to thank you for downloading this. I'm sure that you're going to find this as helpful as I have. For the sake of this demo, we are going to be using the Podcaster's Companion Pro version. If you downloaded just the Podcaster's Companion, you're going to be limited, but I'll explain to you the differences here. I just want to give you a quick walkthrough. So when you open up your dashboard, you're going to see here all of the quick actions. So this will give you the ability to quickly add a new guest, a new episode, a new sponsor, or a new promotional opportunity, a quick list for any reminders that you need to have visible to yourself, any quick notes for something you may capture right away, and then anything you want to build out here. I have a link to my personal dashboard and other Notion projects that I'm working on. So as I'm moving through my day, I can quickly access them from here. So just make it easy for you. In the middle is going to be your schedules. And the way that this is built is you will have a quick view of all of your schedules. Now, if you just have the podcast companion and not the pro version, then the two schedules you'll have access to is the recording schedule and the episode release schedule. For those on the pro version, you also get the social media schedule, the tasks schedule, and the promotion schedule. Over on your right-hand side, these are your different companions. So the production companion is universal for no matter which version you have. This is the core of building out your podcast, and the way that it's organized just makes sense to me on how I would develop my podcast, but your flow may be a little bit different, so feel free to modify that. For those that are using the pro version, you will also have your marketing companion, which helps you track all of your marketing and promotional opportunities, your social media tasks, and any other promotional opportunities you have, like speaking engagements at conferences. It also gives you one simple area where you can have all of your brand assets downloaded for easy access. And then there's a learning companion with hundreds of hours of material that I've personally viewed over the past couple of months as I was launching it. And then over here is another area you can use for whatever you want. I have the simple graph to show me the podcast that I'm working on, but feel free to add any other type of analytical widgets or anything else you want to add in there, charts and graphs. I wanted to keep it simple so anybody that's using the free version of Notion will have access to everything on the database. And of course, you can add any other types of workflows and automations and widgets that you want to add to that. If you need some personal consulting on the best use case of that, I am certainly available for you. My email will be included here. So just reach out to me. We can schedule some time. I can walk you through it and give you some personal examples. So just a quick walkthrough. Your seasons, if you open this up, you'll be able to see that with your seasons, as you add a new season, you can add new seasons either by clicking on the new button, you can click on the row, and you'll see that as you open up a new season, it's going to take you to the template. It's going to give you some helpful tips on ways of things that you can consider as you're building out your season. And then for each of these, there's also going to be different views, and you can modify these views to be able to have some insights to all of your seasons. Same thing with everything else. If you wanted to add a new guest, you can add a new guest by clicking on your quick action button here, or you can actually go into the database. You can hit new here, or if you're in the database here, you can also hit new and start a new guest that way. So if you wanted to start a new guest, you would click on here. It gives you all the information that you need to fill out. It also will give you, again, some helpful tips on ways that you can make the best out of it, any specific notes, any special requests or accommodations that the guest has. How do you know the person? What do they have to offer? Any interview questions that you can think of, just things that are specific to the guest that you're having on your episode. And as you build this out, you will see that you can either add the episode here as you're building out your guest, or you can link it when you build out the episode. Same thing with the season. So say here we have season 1 already. We know that we can link that to season 1. And this is this guest is going to be on our pilot episode. Since we have that built out, we can click on that there. Okay, same thing. It's universal. So if you want to build an episode, again, you can use your quick action. You can go onto your database here, look at your episodes, and again, you will have different ways that you can view it. So you can look at your release schedule. You can look at your seasons and the guests, right? Which episode was in which season, your pipeline of episodes, where you're at with each one. And of course, you have your database here. Again, you can click new to create a new episode and follow this along. You'll fill out all this information. Here is your template to give you some tips and tricks on how to build out your episode. Very helpful for those of you that are looking to create high quality podcasts. You want to make sure that you script your episode introduction. Make sure you have at least 3 main points that you cover during your podcast, and then you're going to script out your conclusion. And here is where you're going to be able to download all of your media assets that pertains to this particular episode. Now, it may be different with different various recording companies. I tend to use Riverside, which is my favorite for recording my podcasts, and they always allow me to download separate files for the host and for the guest. I can download just the video or just the audio files, so I will save them all in here. Also have the ability to add any B-roll if it's a YouTube video, if it's a video podcast, you want to add some B-roll as you're editing that, any additional artwork or any logos that the guest or the company's provided to you. You can put it all here. So if you're ever able to, if you have the guest again, you'll be able to go back. If you want to go out and make any changes to your podcast, you'll have access to all of that once again. So that's a quick walkthrough kind of on the production companion. This is all part of your regular podcaster's companion. The last part of it is sponsors. You want to make sure that you track anybody who's going to sponsor your videos. Again, you can click on here. You can add a new sponsor. Just open this up, and it's going to walk you through the different things that you need to gather from each of these different sponsors. I was amazed by how much stuff you have to gather. Gives you some hints on what the minimum guidelines should be. Helps get your wheels turning. What are some creative ways that you can present it? You can take notes. What does the sponsor have to offer? Any video assets, audio assets, and if the sponsor gave you a script that you have to follow when you're recording your advertisement or anything, you can also input that in there as well. You can also take a look at your pipeline, right? Your sponsor list, your sponsor history. So you could have different views. It's very intuitive, very helpful. All of these are interconnected with one another. So as you build out your sponsor list, it's automatically going to be linked to the episode and the guest and the season as you go through that database. For those that are on the pro version, you also have your marketing companion. So it'll give you your social media schedule. So anything that you want to do for social media, you can type it in here. It gives you an opportunity to indicate where you want that to go, which channel, right? The date that you have to post it, and whether it's completed or not, if it's related to a particular guest or an episode, and what type of content that is. It also gives you the ability to track any promotional opportunities that you might be working on. So ways that you want to promote your podcast, whether you're guest speaking somewhere else, whether you're speaking at an event, maybe it's another YouTube channel that's featuring your content. All of that can be tracked here. The status of it, the format, what type, is it a Facebook group? Is it a conference? Is it a podcast? You get the point. And again, different ways that you can take a look at it, all your one deals, your pipelines. Feel free. The world is your oyster here on how you want to set this up to find things that are valuable for you. All of your brand assets can be loaded here. Just give you a quick snapshot. These are all the things that you will need as you build your podcast when you first start. You'll need a thumbnail. You need a one sheet. So as you're trying to recruit other guests, you can share that with them. A headshot, if you have a logo, your personal bio, if you did a trailer for it, any intro music or outro music that you use, all of those assets can be loaded here. So again, anytime you're working on your podcast, you need access to anything, this is your one-stop shop. Any tasks that you might be doing in the learning companion, any reference material and notes. So the reference material, I took a lot of time to put this together for you. This is hundreds of hours of stuff here. All of these YouTube videos that I watched over the years, things that you might find helpful, different marketplaces on ways for you to find guest opportunities or ways to find people to that will host you as a guest. Different hosting companies, just go look over those to find what works for you. And then some different courses that I find helpful just on different aspects of the business. And if there's particular topics that you're looking for, I also made it organized so you can look by topic. If you want to learn more about editing, monetizing podcasts, just podcasting in general, video, you can see all of these options if you're looking for information on that. So this is very comprehensive for you. Once you get this filled out, you'll notice here, you'll start it'll start taking shape. So there's different color codes. So if you're looking at your recording schedule, this will show you who you're scheduled to record with at what time, on what dates. You can go into your episode release schedule so you can keep track of when you're supposed to be releasing episodes, what the status is, whether or not it's done or not. For those of you that are on the pro version, then you'll also be able to have access to your social media calendar so you can take a quick look at what social media assets you're supposed to be releasing, any tasks that you're working on, and of course, any promotional opportunities that you have coming up would be listed here. I hope you found this demo helpful for you. I know it was kind of a quick overview, but if you need something more comprehensive, then reach out to me. I can provide you with some one-on-one consulting, and we can take a look at some different things that you can do with it. Make sure you go and check out my other videos on my YouTube channel because there are a lot of tips, tricks, tools, and resources that I have accumulated over the year that I share with you there that will help you level up and improve your life and your business. And so that's what we're focused on here. So if that's something that interests you, go ahead and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I come out with new companion products. I am working on a digital companion for everything that I'm doing, every side hustle, every project that I'm working on. I just found it so valuable having everything here on one dashboard. So thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate you putting your trust in me, and hopefully I'll hear from you in the comments section. Take care.